All right, today we're talking about something huge. It's one of the biggest, maybe the biggest challenge to our digital security, the rise of quantum computers. It's a full-on race to protect our data before it's too late, so let's get into it.
Just think about it for a second. What if there was a single master key? A key that could unlock any digital lock you can think of. Your emails, your bank accounts, top secret government files, everything. It sounds like something out of a spy movie, right? But a totally new kind of computer is about to make this a very real possibility.
And here's the real kicker. This isn't some far-off, futuristic problem that our grandkids will have to deal with. The danger is here. It's active right now. It's like a silent digital heist that's been going on for years, right under our noses.
So, to really get a handle on the threat, we first have to understand the machine that's causing all the fuss. What in the world makes a quantum computer so different and, frankly, so powerful?
Okay, so the computer or phone you're using right now, it works with bits. And a bit is super simple. It's either a 0 or it's a 1. That's it. But quantum computers use something called qubits, and thanks to a mind-bending physics principle called superposition, a qubit can be a 0, a 1, or somehow both at the exact same time. This lets them check a ridiculous number of possibilities all at once, solving certain problems at speeds that a normal computer just can't even dream of.
Now, all that incredible processing power has a very specific and kind of scary target. Way back in 1994, a mathematician named Peter Shor created an algorithm, think of it like a recipe, that is basically a step-by-step guide for a quantum computer on how to shatter the encryption that protects, well, pretty much our entire digital lives. This was the moment the theoretical master key was designed, and it's what officially started this quantum countdown. And if you're trying to wrap your head around just how fast these things are, get this. Google claimed their quantum computer did a calculation in about 3 minutes that would have taken the world's most powerful supercomputer, Summit, about 10,000 years to do. Now, to be fair, IBM, who made Summit, pushed back and said it would only take about 2.5 years. But, whether it's 2 years or 10,000 years, the massive speed-up is just undeniable.
Okay, so you might be thinking, if these super powerful quantum computers aren't fully here yet, why are we saying the threat already is? Well, it all comes down to a very clever and very patient strategy.
It's got a name that sounds exactly like what it is. Harvest now, decrypt later. Basically, adversaries, we're talking governments, criminal organizations, are sucking up huge amounts of our encrypted data today. They can't read it yet, but they're collecting it, stockpiling it, and just waiting for the day they finally have the key.
So, the attack happens in these 4 stages. First, harvest. They just grab all the sensitive data they can. Second, they store it. They just sit on these mountains of data. Third, they wait for what everyone is calling Q-Day. That's the moment a quantum computer is actually powerful enough to do the job. And finally, they decrypt everything, unlocking secrets from years, maybe even decades in the past.
And this right here really drives the point home. The clock on this didn't start ticking yesterday. It started all the way back in 1994 with Shor's algorithm. That means every single piece of encrypted data, every email, every transaction, every secret message created since then is potentially sitting on a hard drive somewhere, just waiting to be unlocked.
Okay, I know this can all sound a little abstract and theoretical, so let's bring it down to earth with a very real-world example where this is a huge deal right now: Bitcoin.
Check this out. At the moment, there is roughly $718 billion worth of Bitcoin sitting in crypto wallets that are known to be vulnerable to a future quantum attack. We're not talking about theoretical money here. That is a massive, tangible target.
So, you might be wondering, wait, why isn't all Bitcoin vulnerable? Well, it comes down to the kind of address it's stored in. The very early Bitcoin addresses, these pay-to-public key types, leave the public key, which is half of what a quantum computer needs to break in, exposed on the blockchain forever. Modern addresses are smarter. They hide that public key behind another layer of math until you actually spend the money, which gives much better protection against this harvesting strategy.
And that's really the Achilles heel here. Blockchains, by their very nature, are public ledgers. That means anyone, and I mean anyone, can go and scrape all of that data, find those old exposed public keys, and just wait. They can just sit on it until Q-Day finally gets here.
So yeah, that sounds pretty bad, right? But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. There's a massive global effort happening right now to build brand new defenses, to create a new kind of cryptography that's completely immune to these attacks.
And the solution has a name: post-quantum cryptography, or PQC for short. These are totally new ways of doing encryption, built from the ground up with one goal in mind: to be safe from attacks by both the computers we have today and the quantum computers that are coming tomorrow.
And what's really cool is that this isn't just one single magic bullet. Researchers are building an entire toolkit of different methods. You've got lattice-based crypto, hash-based, code-based, a whole variety of approaches. And that diversity is key because it means we're not putting all our eggs in one basket. It makes our defenses way more robust.
And look, this isn't just some niche theory that a few people are working on. The big players are taking this incredibly seriously. The U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, that's NIST, the folks who set these kinds of standards, has been formalizing these new algorithms and is pretty much shouting from the rooftops for organizations to start upgrading as soon as possible.
So the really great news here is that this huge planet-wide upgrade, it isn't just a plan on a whiteboard somewhere. It's not a someday project. It has already begun.
In fact, there's a really good chance you're already using this stuff and don't even know it. Apple is securing iMessage with it. Google is building it into its services and security keys. The super secure messaging app Signal is already on board. Even the U.S. government has put a hard deadline on the calendar, 2035 for all federal agencies to make the switch. The migration is well underway.
So at the end of the day, that's what this all comes down to: a race against time. We have the tools, we have the new locks to defuse this harvest now, decrypt later time bomb. The challenge isn't creating the solution anymore, it's implementing it. It's a global logistical marathon to upgrade everything. So the question isn't if we'll be ready, it's just a matter of how fast we can get there.